Diabetes Pilot as a Teaching Tool by Mary Lister. The intent of this presentation is to explore the features of the mobile application Diabetes Pilot and provide an objective description of how it can facilitate teaching the patient interventions to aid in the management of diabetes. Diabetes Pilot was chosen for its affordability and ease of use. Ideally, Diabetes Pilot will assist the diabetic patient in tracking important variables related to their diabetic health, such as carbohydrate intake, blood sugar readings, insulin coverage needed, and weight and recognizing trends. Diabetes Pilot and applications like it are relevant to everyday nursing practice because they are so easy to use. Smartphones and tablets have become standard accessories in our society. Using a patient's mobile application to teach him to manage his diabetes is valuable. The patient can begin working with the program while he is still under the nurse's care. The nurse can track the progress and use the trends shown through graphing and charting as valuable teaching tools. In addition, the nurse is available when questions arise as the patient becomes more educated. Usability. The first star for this program has to be given upon registering for the free trial. No name, date of birth, social security number, or other personal information needs to be entered, and there is no date you must remember to call by or get charged because you didn't give out your credit card number. After 15 days, the product simply doesn't work anymore. The full version allows the user to sync data from mobile phone with their home computer or other device. It was easy to make categories and enter information, but the format was basic and limited, and it was difficult to change data once it had been entered. The food list was divided into appropriate categories, but selection was limited. The home page had only 4 large icons: My Records, Reports, Food Database, and Help and Instructions. These icons take the user to the main parts of the program. The program is easy to navigate mainly because it doesn't have multiple layers of content. This can be a positive thing for the inexperienced user. However, the more savvy user might find it a bit primitive. Charts offered are relevant and generate quickly. Diabetes Pilot is the perfect teaching tool for the nurse and the diabetic patient. The program is easy to teach, and charts and graphs are generated easily to prevent discouraging even the most novice of user. Most importantly, it promotes accountability in the patient. Since most people have their mobile devices with them within reaching distance at all times, having a program that allows tracking of all the variables that affect diabetes at the fingertips is priceless. The first review I came across was very thorough and fair. However, it did not rank Diabetes Pilot well in several categories. The biggest was that there are plenty of applications this quality are free. Also, the food database is very limited in its choices and cumbersome to find the foods you want. Graphs and charts don't export well because they are exported as an image. A positive reviewer found that the program helped visualize trends in insulin use. It was a great tool for estimating how much insulin was needed for certain meals, and it was convenient and easy to send charts by email to the doctor. The only legal concern I can imagine would arise from some customer possibly suing because they gained weight due to incorrect food values, leading them to think they were consuming less carbohydrates than they actually did. There are no ethical considerations because the application only deals with raw data with no opinions or views. The nurse teaching the use of Diabetes Pilot would most likely be caring for the patient whose information he or she were privy to, and under the same HIPAA protocol as with any other patient data. There are several key benefits of this application. It is easy to learn and includes charts and graphs that can provide important visual representation to the data. The limitations are what caused frustration as a user. The limited food database was an issue from the very first time I experimented with the application. First it was avocado, then a mocha frappe from McDonald's, and finally edamame was not in the database. All foods regularly in my diet. The database listed far too many variations of the food choices it did have, so after careful consideration, I don't feel that this is a product I could recommend. My time is very limited, and this application doesn't contain many of my favorite foods and makes one scavenge through hundreds of variations of the ones it does have. This might prove to be an exercise in finger dexterity, and the database is just too limited in food choices to be effective. Diabetes Pilot is a useful portable application that is beneficial for the nurse in educating the patient and helps the patient to have accountability in managing his disease. The nurse theoretically could begin teaching the patient before they are ever discharged. There are a few drawbacks where the advanced user is concerned, but the simplicity of the application is appealing.